Hello and welcome to Supreme Commander Forge Alliance Forever. This game is from a tourney hosted by Hybrid, one of the people I forgot to mention in previous video when I was talking about all the tournament directors. Easy to forget some because there's so many have been hosting recently. Hybrid hosted this one. Kind of a Blitz tourney, I think. Best of 3 winners bracket, best of 1 losers bracket, and the players are Blinchik and Zlo. Now, what round in the tourney this was? Might have been quarterfinal or semi-final. They've both taken down some people before this. And the map is Regor 6 Highlands. The factions UEF and Aeon. Zlo with UEF, Blinchik with Aeon. And I think this map is quite balanced between all factions, I think. Might favor UEF. UEF just sort of a strong faction overall at the minute. And on this map they can definitely use their powerful tools. So we have 2 expansions in this direction. We have a decent amount of mass to grab here. It's an important thing to aim for. A couple of, well, that's an obsidian. And then this is a riptide, I think. Maybe. Looks like a riptide. And yeah, quite a bit of mass there. And again, this is another T2 transport. Auroras this time. And we have an expansion up on a plateau here. You can edge build here, or you can drop. I think the best way to get this plateau is to drop an NG or 2 and an RT. And you can take out the PDs. Don't have to waste time building a factory, waste mass. You will eventually want to build defenses like a factory and units on there to protect it. But dropping an RT and engineers is the best way to take this. We also have more plateaus here, one here. Hydro, you can walk to that, and you should really grab that. A lot of people forget about that. And we have plateau here and here. And bits of water around the map. Overall, one of the best made maps on FAF. One of the best looking, and also quite interesting terrain to play around. Zlo's still in his base. You usually leave about now or a bit sooner in this map. We have 3 land factories, and not sure if Zlo went second air. I think he might have gone second air. Blinchik. Let's see how many air units we have. So we have 2 inties and 2 inties. So whether people went first or second or third land or air, they have the same number of inties right now. Blinchik has 3 land factories, 3.5. There's quite a lot of mass here. You can see some of it's been grabbed. There's big rocks here as well. A lot of reclaim on this map to be used for the opening build order. And actually not that many mexes to expand to very quickly. So that opening mass reclaim is quite important for the build order. And then you have to be careful not to overbuild factories, because you will run out of mass. Like, I don't think you can afford to just constantly keep adding factories necessarily. Blinchik moving left. The labs don't seem to have gotten anything done. One advantage of the end, of course, they can send a tank across here to defend quickly. They're expanding engineers, unlike every other faction. You don't really want to send a Zooey across to defend your expanding engineer. That's not really going to help you very much versus the lab. So Zlo moving across. He's quite a bit later with his ACU. But overall, a lot more mass, and I think that is from reclaim, yeah. So Zlo doing a better job getting the reclaim early on. See, he's grabbed rocks around here actually. So he might grab some here somewhere. He's grabbed a lot of these. Oh, these are completely clean more or less. There's rocks all around these little terrain features. And now we have the fight in middle between the first few tanks. Scout goes down and the Aurora microing back and forth. I think a lab might have circled around and got caught there. A lot of tanks on this side. And Zlo, not often you would see the ACU move to here, take this, or move all the way to the expansion and build some defenses, as Blinchik is doing. See here, he grabbed the mass. But Zlo's going to middle. Oh, Blinchik stole most of that wreck. There's still reclaim there for Zlo to take with his ACU. Now we have an air fight. Zlo feeling confident, but that fight is going to end badly for him. And he loses air. Now a bit of a raid. There is a single tank here, but without micro it gets wrecked. So we lose an engineer. Will this engineer die? It looks like it won't. In middle, some decent fights for the Aurora, shooting from out of range. And Zlo needs to move in to take this reclaim. Blinchik though doing well, taking advantage of the ACU being in middle. And Zlo often goes middle, so maybe Blinchik was aware that the ACU would not be here. He sent several tanks here. Now they have lost their scout unfortunately, but look at this, denying reclaim, raiding, denying this expansion, as Blinchik is going to take this one with his ACU. Now Zlo trying to get his own raids in between the ACU and the units. But less damaging because Blinchik has already taken this and there's no way this can be raided now that the ACU is here. So nice moves from Blinchik here. And also, did he use the water here to get past? Nice Aeon abuse. He might lose his scouts though. This is always a problem. You need to not lose those scouts, because the Aurora just become very... Oh no. There he goes. Now we have no scouts here. So Blinchik needs to use his air and provide vision and radar with an air scout for his Aurora, which are on the other side of the map. So still Zlo ahead on reclaim despite being denied this, and also hasn't taken this yet. It's quite funny. Still ahead on reclaim. And that is down to, well, just knowledge of the map, I guess. You can see Blinchik slower here, slower over here. There's a few patches to take. And Blinchik's doing pretty well overall, though, with his units raiding, trying to steal some mexes on the other side, trying to steal his Hydro here. And Zlo is retreating. Now, maybe it was quite greedy for Zlo to make a T2 Mex. Now I think he made that T2 Mex before T2 land even, which is not something you'd normally do versus Aeon. I think you would normally, and on this map it's quite a spam heavy map at the start because there's a lot of places to attack and you need your map control. But I think maybe T2 land before T2 Mex would be advisable in most scenarios, or in this scenario generally. And he did lose map control for this. Is the T2 Mex worth losing 5 T1 Mexes? The answer is no. But still, now Zlo is going to have some pillars out, and once he gets a few of those, the trick is that you need to build up a few of them before you can really start murdering these Aurora. So if there's 1-2 pillars here against this army, the army can kite away. Pillars are going to die and not trade very favorably. This ACU is standing around for a long time here and also not taking mexes. Bit inefficient from Blinchik there, I think. Could have moved after the factory maybe. Sent some units across, maybe sent his ACU to mid. But look at this attack though. It's going deep with these Aurora. and also a lot of Aurora on the right side. Now this is dangerous, so he's scouting ahead, gonna see what's up, but he's so close to the base that even a couple of bombers could come in. There's no anti-air mix in whatsoever, and his army could then just get run over. So quite dangerous to have no anti-air. You definitely want to mix in some with pretty much any army, but especially with Aeon. Do not want to let bombers get multiple passes over you and destroy your Aurora. This expansion is going to be denied again though. We have one pillar and maybe 15 tanks coming across, and if Zlo gets a good formation, this is a very poor formation to move into these Aurora with. You can see the leading tanks are going to get killed for no return, and now Zlo regrouping. And here the ACU combined with these 3 pillars and a few tanks is going to be sufficient to deal with this army, I think. Can sandwich them in. Although they can retreat to this PD, and the PD carefully placed so that it can shoot this way anyway. It doesn't really need to shoot in this direction. So no tank's going to be coming from there. But good thing he didn't place it, you know, down here or something, or it would shoot into the terrain. And it looks like Blinchik just lost his air. It looks like it was a bit of an air suicide. Did he need to fight there? Was there any units he wanted to kill there? I didn't see any attacking units in terms of air, so it looks like a bit of a suicide of his air there. Blinchik has a T2 mechs and almost has a second one now. He is cognizant of the mechs that Zlo has, but this T2 mechs advantage is nothing, not a sufficient return for all of these dead mechs. When you look at Blinchik's side here, barely any damage taken, and also Blinchik edge built quite early on, got arties out, cleaned up this base, reclaimed everything, all the civilians. Zlo still has not taken this. So overall, very good looking for Blinchik. Here's a problem though, with no T2 land. So this is a common problem, honestly, for AM players. Just no reaction to T2 land. I mean, you can't stay on T1 land for so long. So the number of pillars is only growing, and eventually you're like, already we have nearly 20 pillars. Now, fortunately for Zlo, they're split up all over the place, and so the Aurora can actually fight them a little bit because they're basically in groups of 2 or 3, or he's trying to get some raiding done. This is a nice raid. Maybe lost. This was sort of a waste here, maybe some of these tanks, but the number of T2 tanks is only growing, and pillars are actually useful as the game continues for quite a while, and Aurora become less and less useful very quickly as they just die too fast. Pillars with their twin linked cannons do 70 damage when they shoot, and an Aurora has 140 HP, and that means 2 shots and the Aurora is dead. So they do very well versus Aurora, and once you have a few of them together, they're going to have enough HP to actually survive those first few shots that are come from the dark from the Aurora. And yeah, so the longer you stay just spamming Aurora, that's more and more mass that is not going to be efficient minutes later. So now we have big switch to T2, 3 support factories coming up, all with adjacency, none with double adjacency. That's unfortunate, but oh no, wait, this has double adjacency, of course. But yeah, nice adjacency, and he's going to be making obsidians. The much maligned obsidian. Fantastic unit. Expensive, but an expensive unit has its own advantages. Like the difference between T2 land and T1 land, you can get a lot more T2 land terms of mass in the one place. You can get more obsidians in the one place than pillars, for example. But the range is a problem for getting them all shooting at the same target. And also you can see here the shield is blinking on and off, and that means we got a power stall. And so that's going to take away more than half his HP when he's power stalling. So we need this T2P gen quite badly. And if we're going to mix some power shields, which we are, not power shields, asylums, then we're going to need even more power. And now we see the result of reacting very late to T2 land. Because look at this army from Zlo. He has 40 pillars now. Nearly. A couple of mongoose. Some lobos. Maybe he could do with more lobos. Could do with some land scouts as well. For sure. And he has a few anti-air. Maybe a bit of flak would do as well. But again, 40 pillars. What do we have? Just Aurora. And a couple of obsidians. So here is the problem. Right now Zlo has a massive advantage in army. Because the T1 land stage was so long from Blinchik. So let's see what Zlo can do with it. At the minute he's quite passive, and this is really the time he needs to be attacking. He could, I mean, with this size of an army, if he's attacking right now, I think he could do insane damage. All this left side, what could be defending it? Well, Blinchik looks like he has a couple engineers besides ACU, so maybe we'll see an ACU upgrade. And actually Blinchik getting a bit of a raid. Don't know if this factory is going to go down. Should maybe leave the arties behind to deal with that. Try and kill that. And we also need to see no more T1 land being made, pretty much. Except for scouts, maybe. And maybe some T1A, just to kill bombers. But you can also build flak. T2 mechs is up here, though. And we have this dropped. Seems quite late. Oh my god. Zlo, please. Why? Here we go. Finally a transport is appearing. Does he have arty on it? He might as, I mean, at least grab this arty here. You have space on your transport. But Blinchik is actually stealing plateaus now. This is really, yeah, it's not good. Not good from Zlo. But even so, just by the nature of making some good decisions on when to tech and stuff, and probably just being in general more efficient, Zlo is in a good situation, but he's not being aggressive now, and I think it's a real problem. Blinchik is still trying to be aggressive, and this is a bad time to do it. Doesn't want to waste obsidians. And he has 14 already. So it's 140 power drain on all these guys thanks to their shields. And so we have 2 T2P gens. I'm going to need a third one pretty soon. And more economy. A lot of eco coming from Blinchik. And he's dropping the plateau, and only now actually Zlo did pick up an RT, which is quite nice. And if Blinchik had dropped just sooner and maybe had some cover, maybe you drag the air away by bombing over here or something so the inties react and then you get your drop away, stuff like that. But if he'd done it a bit sooner, he could have stolen that plateau. And when you have that plateau as your opponent's plateau here, it's can be quite annoying, and it gives you insane vision. You can have radars and stuff, and you can make TMLs. You can, and it's a big swing in terms of mass if you get the civilian reclaim as well as all the mechs is up there. But Zlo's taken it long after Blinchik has or taken his. Look at this. A lot of eco from Blinchik. A lot. And how many? Where's the TMDs? We have a single TMD here. No redundancy. And no shield on it or anything. And there's a lot of Asylums just came out there. So let's see. We're gonna speed this up because the game is slowed down. I think Zlo had just a massive window there to do a lot of damage that he kind of wasted. Didn't really make use of his pillar army that he'd been constructing for a long time. What is this Sparky planning? You can see Zlo turned off the jamming because costs a bit of power, and I guess he was lacking it at some point. And he's going T3 land, 70% to T3 land and 60% for Blinchik. So both these players have just decided, let's play late game. And for Blinchik, he already had an advantage thanks to Zlo being late here, Zlo being denied here. So he's just gonna try and keep ecoing, maintain his advantage. He'll play late game, he'll play longer. And Zlo is probably thinking he has better units in the late game, like the Percival. And I guess maybe he just feels like playing later. And right now it doesn't look like he could push anyway. Let's see, 82 pillars. That's a lot. And only 21 obsidians. Holy shit. Well, there we go again. Zlo with so many units and not making use of them. So Blinchik getting away with shit here, honestly. Oh my god, his T2 max is over here as well. Look at the mass income now. 134 to 101. But the army. Now Zlo has gun and T2 on his commander. Doesn't look like he wants to use it though. Now we have a nice shielded Serenity. And look at the damage that that's going to do to T2 armies. So these pillars now are in the situation that the Auroras were in earlier on. The pillars are going to lose their value. And the obsidians may stay relevant for a little bit longer. They are more expensive. They have a lot of damage. If they get into range of T3 units, they will murder them. They just have so much damage, so much alpha, that you have to keep them at arm's length when you're fighting them. So much power needed for Blinchik. He needs to move to T3 PGen. He already has so many power generators. 6 T2 PGens now. It's time to move to T3, I think, for the next PGen. So we have Harbs. Do we have any? Oh, what's that? I know what that unit is. It's the Spearhead. 400 mass for this unit. It was changed to 400 mass at some point because no one uses it. And people still don't use it. The damage on this fucker is just outrageous. It's what, 800 damage per missile? I think it's 800. Yeah. 800 damage per missile. And it fires a volley of 3. So 2400 damage in a volley. And it costs 400 mass. Why do people not use it? I don't really know, to be honest. People just forget about units. Just because a unit isn't used doesn't mean there's a good reason for it not to be used. Sometimes there is, but sometimes there's just no good reason. Like the Absolver. And we actually have what I've missed here, T3 air from Zlo. And he just strap bombed 2 T2 storage T2 mexes for Blinchik in his expansion. Now Blinchik does have Swift Wind, so he can catch those strap bombers. And now making a Sam in his base. And he has T3 PGen. And he's going T3 air. You can see he's paused a lot of stuff. And that's another bomb. TMD goes down. And maybe a T2 mech, maybe a T1 mech. I'm not sure there actually. There's no wreck left. And walls being built for slow. You can see where this game is going and has been going. So 2 strats out. Percy's coming out and he's gonna drop and kill some Aurora over here. Don't know what he dropped on there. Not very much. On the left side, pillars versus Aurora. Not versus Aurora. Versus Harbs. Harbs gonna drop their shields. And actually, oh, we lost a strap armor there. And maybe we'll see an air fight. Blinchik could win this. Oh, there goes several obsidians. And a Harp taking damage. And only now the fight takes place after Zlo has been able to move Flax into the area. And Blinchik tries to piece out that air fight. Another drop from that bomb. And all these units have just disappeared. I think they were all Aurora though. But he also hit the shields of the Harbs. Took out the shields there. Did some damage. And the Harbs now moving in. Cleaning up the pillars. Look at all the dead pillars. We have 1, 2 dead Harbs. Oh, 3 dead Harbs. And there's actually a lot of mass here because of that strat wreck. That's a Percy wreck. So a decent amount of mass to be gathered here. And now the ASF for Zlo is here. And more drops on this army. And that cost him, oh, big time. A lot of army lost there to that strap armor. T3 mechs now adjacent to a T2 P-Gen. That's not what we want to see. And adjacent to a T1 land factory. Probably the worst mechs he could have upgraded unless he starts getting rid of shit. Needs to remove some of these things, get them out of the way. But look at, oh, ow! Actually using the Harbs to reclaim that strap armor, but now he's gonna lose both the Harbs to another strap armor and maybe even this arty. Ouch! And here comes the strat from off map. Deleted. And who's gonna get all this mass now? Looks like Zlo has been sending some units across there to get it. So much eco though for all the while. I mean, Blinchik is losing some units here and there. He's taking some damage, but look at the eco. 5 T3 mexes now, and he has so many of them queued up. He's just gonna go through and just make every mex T3 by the looks of it. One by one. Zlo, no T3 mechs. He doesn't have storage on anything pretty much. Just these ones here, this one, but the rest is on storage T2 mechs. No T3 mechs whatsoever. And he has all the walls. He has all the walls. Or at least the vast majority of them. Blinchik has some walls here on the left. Really nothing compared to Zlo's Great Wall in middle. And he also has shield now in his ACU. Gun, T2. He only has 12 Percies right now. Has some arties. Looks like he lost his spearheads. Yeah, that one's dead. Maybe he died to bombers. Also have a few TMDs from Zlo as well. Does Blinchik have enough TMD though? He is the Aeon player. Well, looks like he has a decent amount. A bit more never hurt. But, God, so much eco from Blinchik. Another T3 P-Gen coming up, and Zlo needs to do something. Zlo has to do damage very, very soon. Because, oh my god, Blinchik has double the economy now of Zlo. And something died there. Was that strap bomber? Another strap from Zlo. and gets taken out. But it looks like Blinchik is going to run into all the ASF and inties of Zlo. And actually gets away. Now all those ASF are actually injured, so some air staging would be great for his Air Force right now. You can see there, some of them are very low. Most of them have taken significant damage. And maybe now's the time. Zlo needs to get rid of these walls, I think, because his units are not going to have a good time pathing through here. But I think it's time that Zlo is going to move in now. Throws down a stealth field generator. And he has some bombers, and these bombers can take out these TMD, which are not defended. No shields around them. More T3 mexes. The greed. The absolute greed. And look at... two T3 mexes adjacent to a T1 factory. No. What a waste of mass. That's not what we want to see. Another strat goes down. Did some damage. 1600 mass worth of damage. Drops right next to Zlo's army, so should be able to get that reclaim anyway. And I don't know if he can get this. It's kind of up the cliff there. He should at least try. And also you can see Zlo is getting all this reclaim that was over here. Harbrex, Stratrex. We look at reclaim. Zlo only a bit ahead of Blinchik though. And now Zlo is making his move. Let's see. 63 pillars, 9 Percy's, shield, T2 and gun commander, and T2 arties in range of Blinchik's base. What can Blinchik do? What army has he got? He has 20 harbs, most of them here. Some obsidians. There goes. Yeah, you can see TMD went down. TML takes out the T2 storage mechs. Now the T2 arty is firing at this base, and Blinchik has no mass because he's putting it all into T3 mechs. Still, stop making that T3 mechs and defend yourself, man. 21 harbs versus maybe around the same mass in just in Percy's, and on top of that 70 pillars. Oh, 69 pillars. And there's nothing. There is nothing. Are these pillars going to run over this base? Oh my goodness, that's what he's doing. 70k HP on this Galactic Colossus. If that doesn't finish right now. Now, is this what made Zlo decide he needs to push? Was that the game changer? And look, these pillars actually can get in here. First, well, this T3 pigeon is surely doomed. You can see Zlo trying to avoid the damage of it. It looks like, he still loses a few pillars to it, but saves a lot of them. Now moving around the side, can run right over these harbs. Sees so many pillars in range there. And now with the shields down, this T2 arty is in range of all the build power, the HQ, and the GC is so close to being built. Now we have Percy's moving into this base. This attack on the left has completely failed. Stopped by Commander Percy's. Just no joy whatsoever. Another T3 pigeon goes down. Multiple T2 pigeons go down. There's PDs, but if this pigeon had died, this was the crucial one. It would have killed so much build power, and actually it's so close to being dead now. And there it goes. And there goes so many T3 engineers, some HP off the GC, but now the GC is finished. And the TML is here as well. The TML, of course, is going to fire. And surely this base is doomed then. I mean, he needs to make TMD with these engineers. What he desperately needs is power. How much power does Blinchik have? No. 220 power. He has 220 power. He can't even afford some Harbinger shields. He can't even afford to run his mexes. Look, T3 mex minus 54 power. He literally does not have enough power to run his T3 mexes. And now, oh, look at this. But what he does have, and what does not need a powered shield, is this GC. And I think it's getting TML'd. It's getting attacked by the T2PD. There's so many shields being thrown up by this commander as well. The T2 Artie is landing a lot of shots on it. And is Blinchik really going to wait for this T3 Pigeon? He's not pausing his stuff, really. Oh, he needs to run right now. He cannot lose this GC. The Percies are moving in, and the GC is dropping very low. Was 20k HP. Oh, down to 12.5. And a broadsword on top of it now as well. Surely this is just over. Death by pillars. I said, you know the pillars, they're gonna lose their values. The game moves on, and yada yada. And then he fucking kills the entire base with pillars. Well, fuck me, I guess. And the GC is just running for its life. It has 3k mass needed to get a vet. Oh no. 2 shots and it's gonna go down, and it gets the vet level. 12.5k HP now. And the formation is as bad as it could possibly be from Zlo. He really is not paying attention to the HP on this GC, and the Percies are coming in and shooting everything but the GC. Why is that happening? Need to do a bit of work on the target priorities here. And the GC lives. And it just got another vet? Did it? It has 32.5 thousand mass killed now. It's just eating the Percies alive. And that is disgusting. The GC lives. The only thing that Blinchik has is now still alive. He's still waiting for the T3 Pigeon. So this is not what you do when you lose all your power. You just... When you think you're going to lose your power, first thing is to not ever get in a situation where you have 200 power income at 40 minutes. But if you think you're going to lose your power, then if you have a lot of build power in one place, then yes, throw up T2 Pigeons, because you can build those quick. They're far less expensive than the T3 Pigeon. You have to build up again, because again you have no power. So going straight for T3 Pigeon I think was a mistake from Blinchik. It slowed him down a lot in recovering, but somehow he's still in the game. And Zlo, what is Zlo doing? What does he have? He just wasted all of his Percies against the GC here. And Blinchik needs to be real careful. He still has a T3 Air Force and T2 Air, but that's actually comparable to what Zlo has. And Zlo, oh no, he's just gonna waste half his ASF, and that's really bad. Now Blinchik does probably have air control. Also dumped mass right on top of Blinchik's biggest base. Now where are these T2 Arties in range of now? Still not really in range of anything. They were in range of this base, and the base has now been completely annihilated. Oh, he's in range of this GC. Maybe he can land a few shots. Over here though, it's not in range of this base whatsoever. Where's the ACU for Blin? Oh, in the water. His T2 is making shield, I would guess. Yeah, now he's going for sensors. And well, Weird stuff. So Blin lives. He now has 3 T3 pigeons. He's back online. He has his economy. And he has 6 T3 mexes. Let's look at the mass income here. Blinchik has more mass income. Still. Zlo has a single T3 mex. He's making more now. But this is ridiculous. Zlo has less mass income. Blinchik has lost his entire main base that was full of T3 mexes, both his HQs. But he has more mass income. So let's see if he can hold on. And he still has a Galactic Colossus with 16,500 HP now. What is the plan for Zlo? Well, the plan should be for both these players to get this fucking reclaim field. Look, 55,000 mass here in this base. So many dead Percys, dead HQs. The pigeons have disappeared, but so many dead Percys. So let's see, where's this GC going? This GC really needs to defend this base. He can't move in because we have, well, this T2PD is not really defending the front, but there's a commander which can overcharge and has shield. There's Percys. The commander can build even more shields, and that will help hugely in the defense. And actually, Nuke. A nuke from Blinchik. I like it. How are you going to win this game? Now, what I don't like is that the scouts are getting through, and I think Zlo has immediately seen. Now, whether he is aware, but his scouts have spotted that. So we'll have to see if he reacts with an SMD. That will tell us whether he has really spotted it. The GC moves forward and sees a whole group of Percys. And really he can't move out because there's going to be air to attack this GC. So he's making flak for the GC, which is good. But now he's just retreating and sort of suiciding some flex. Zlo is getting his own T3 mexes. He has 3 now. Still no storages. There's 2 more T3 mexes queued up. We're actually upgrading already. Just has so much mass and he's not sure how to spend it. T3 and the commander. That commander is going to be able to spend it then. Maybe an Omni. More pigeons. A fatty. Or just more T3 build power to make more. More Percys. And look, he's getting all this mass, so this is a real problem. This can't be allowed to happen. And Zlo is, oh, he got so much mass there. He's up to 73,000 now to 33. Blin needed this reclaim field to actually have a chance of surviving in the game. And I think this GC move up here in this direction was a bad one. He just moved up here and just left. If he could stay here, he could maybe move back and forth maybe, or he could come over here and kill some stuff that they're reclaiming. He didn't seem to get any of his own units over here to try and reclaim. And now there's Artie firing at his base. Where is that T2 Artie that's actually in range? Or maybe, oh, was it TML maybe? Or maybe it's just this demolisher actually. TML is firing now at something. I don't know what. Oh, he's firing at these mechs. Is he actually gonna get through there? No. Hits the shield. Zlo is spotted moving forward, and so the defenders move back across. And actually some arties from T2 arties from Blin of his own. Looks like there is a couple. Already killed a decent amount of mass here. And the GC stands firm. Oh, takes an arty to the face there. So many asylums and they're eating so much damage. And the Percy's are just melting. Now Ravs. Oh my god, look at the Percy's getting absolutely destroyed. All their damage soaked by Asylums. And this Percy's just farming. 44k mass killed. 46k. Now this left side base is completely demolished. Look at all these Percy's here. Still the GC lives. 50k killed now. And the Arty's contributing. And Zlo just leaves. Down to 9,000 HP, 52,000 mass killed. He just needs a bit more to get another vet level. And he gets it. 16k HP, 14k HP. And now a lot more Percy's coming in, and he retreats. The Asylums, he's lost quite a lot of them. Other ones are recharging. And oh, that those TMLs were for the GC, no doubt. The nuke is it's about 60% loaded. And it's gonna nuke this base where all of Zlo's power is. Again, the Percy's full commit in to try and kill this GC. The Asylums are gone. The GC is now out of shields, moving under the static T2 shield. He's down to 4,000 HP, gets under the T2 shield. And the Percy's are trying to follow. The GC's just running away, and oh my god, there's now T2 PDs. The splash is hitting multiple Percy's, and the Percy's just getting baited in. I mean, if these engineers were spamming T1 PD, it would be even better again. And the GC is gonna live. Now the GC turns. It's down to 3,500 HP. Oh, it's still alive. Is it gonna go down? 900 HP, 1k HP. And it's about to get another vet. 11,000 HP. Full vet GC. And the Percy's have just been wiped and killed virtually nothing. There's a dead Mex, there's a dead Arty, and there's about 20 dead Percy's. Just oh my goodness. And the nuke almost complete. Now Zlo has, oh, that's a lot of TMLs. That's a lot of TMLs. Now this GC needs to come across here. That's where this GC needs to go right now. There's so much T2PD. Now this is way too far back though. Zlo over 100,000 mastery claimed. Where's his ACU? Here he is. And where's the nuke? Well, look at this. Zlo knows that he's gonna get nuked, and he's trying to build a T3P jump, but he only has T1 engineers on it right now. Just T1 engineers, and he needs to build that faster because he has 5 T3P gens. They're all here, and is he gonna lose all of his power to a nuke? I hope he placed this nuke correctly now. It looks like he is going to kill all of the... Oh, there's an anti-nuke. That's not loaded, surely. No, not even close. But I don't think he's going to kill the anti-nuke. And I don't think he's even going to kill all the base. Oh, look at these on storage T3 mexes. RIP, your power. Oh, that's 500 damage taken. Just survives. One Mex goes down, some build power, T3 factories. Wait, did he lose his HQ? Yes, he did. He lost his HQ there as well. Did he lose his T3 air HQ? Yes, he did. Oh, disgusting nuke. Go GC, go. This guy has pretty decent regen right now, 135 per second, so But yeah, he can send the flak across and the... Well, he doesn't have any flak, but he can send the shields across. Thanks to those... Well, they're all hover. Thanks to Aeon. And clean this up. There's no power for Zlo. This is the only power. And actually, if we look, there's no TMD here. And there's no shield. This can be easily killed by one TML from Blinchik. And then he could kill... This would be most of Zlo's power once he actually has it built. Actually, Zlo is also making T3 P-Gen here. He's actually reclaiming it now for power to build the one at the front, which maybe is a bit backwards. Guess this one was closer to being built, but I think it, yeah, a bit backwards. And now here comes the GC. No defenses here, of course, and at least there's no more free HP for him. He only has the regen. He has got maximum vet. So now the reaction from Zlo, he's going to try send in all of these Percy's, and he's also strap bombing this GC. How many strap bombers does he have? Those are all of them. He has three strap bombers. Now Zlo's base is at least going to be safe if he can load that again, and actually can, if the game goes long enough for him to even rebuild the base. Oh my god, all the arties just killed Zlo's TMLs because the GC was right next to them. RIP. GC doesn't even have to waste his time on that. And Zlo just lost all of the strap bombers to Blinchik's ASF. Oh, this game. What is going on? Now this is a problem. Blinchik stalling mass here. Doesn't have that much assistance, and also not getting his reclaim that's around. Look at this strap bomber here, strap bomber here. He has taken so much mass from these Percy's, but still so far behind what Zlo has in terms of reclaim. And also Zlo didn't kill this. No, Blinchik didn't kill this. Look at all this mass. Why? Why? Very strange. And these Percy's move in a bit too close. He can't actually see all these. There's so many PDs right here. And he just moved into range of them. He could have stayed on the edge of the range. Just out of range there, I think. Yeah, well... Yeah, he's just getting murdered by all these PD. Very nice T2 PD from Blinchik. Oh my god, these things have 3 vets on them. 4,000 mass killed on some of them. And now the GC is going to come in and clean them up again. And there's just tons of mass again dumped on Blinchik's base. Now what he doesn't have anymore is TMD. Once again, TML is flying. Oh, this could be TML. Sad. Zlo has... Where is all of his power? He has... Well, he has 3 pigeons now, and actually all in 3 different places. Very, very good idea when you're against a nuke launcher. 3 different places for his power. What is the next best place for this nuke to drop on? Oh. Blinchik just built... Oh, he built another GC. Holy crap, that's where all his mass went that he just got from these Percy's. And he has another GC. So this guy can chill. This guy can chill, defend, be at home, clean this up, please, at least, and you know, use the regen from that 5 vets, and then you know, go kill everything with this. I mean, take out this mid position. All the pressure is coming from here. If he can kill this, then there's no way this is defensible. And just move across the map. I mean, what can Zlo do right now? He's versus a nuke. He has no Percy's. He's just suicided them all multiple times. He has 8 Percy's versus 2 GC's, and he has 40k mass in the bank. Surely Blin wins from here. Surely these Percy's are going to win the game for him, and surely he's going to make some TMD, because everything he has is dying to TML. in this base. He still has the nuke launcher. Now wait, where's the T3 Air HQ? Did he remake that? No? No, he didn't. He does not have T3 Air HQ. He doesn't have a T3 Land HQ either. That's why he only has 8 Percivals and 40,000 mass in the bank. Oh, this game is silly. Blin, kill this, please. You have to do it. Now, he's losing all this to TMLs as well now. Very sad. And he's down to 143 mass income. He has 4 T3 maxes and that's it. Nothing else. Now we have the move, yes. Go, my GC. Now this one, where is this guy going? He's gonna come out of the water here? And, oh, maybe he's aiming for the SMD. But, I don't think he needs to kill that. This, look at all this. All this arty. TMLs are murdering you. PDs, power. Here we go. That's a good nuke. And now he might not get all the T3 mexes here, but he's going to kill P-gens, build power. Maybe a bit further north here would be superior. What is this GC going to achieve? What is this GC going to achieve? There's an army here for him to fight. Needs to keep his shields around. And needs to retake his mexes very quickly. He's kind of taking his time here. Oh, look, he's one engineer doing everything. That's unfortunate. He still has so much mass. And needs more engineers grabbing it, actually. So you can see he's adding a lot of factories. There's the nuke. He missed 2 T3 mexes here, unfortunately, and didn't kill all the engineers. Oh, the GC in the water has some shields with him. Again, these Asylums doing great for him. Takes out... Oh, well, we have a T3 ACU building Ravagers. Well, T3 Engineers building the Ravagers. T3 ACU, look at that, he doesn't care. He starts building a B-gen. And the SMD is going to go down. No doubt. And these shields are flickering on and off, but still blocking insane amounts of like, he has no power. And the shield is not turning off. That's... Yeah, look at this. What's happening here? There goes the shield. Finally, flickers off. And Zlow's going to come in, but he has no power to overcharge. He can't move in. And Blinchik turns. He turns. No. Oh. And they just turn away from each other just as Zlow is in range with no overcharge. He has a shield commander. Fair enough. But... And he actually has a lot of storage. Now we have the other GC fighting down here. The GC's moving in and out and just staying in range of all these Ravagers. And has lost half his HP. Oh, the auto OC just went into the Asylums. And Zlow... Oh, he's dead. That's it. Zlow's dead, surely. There's no way he survives here. Oh, he stops moving to try and build a shield. And Blinchik clicks on the shield, takes it out. And Zlow's gonna go down. Oh my god. Outrageous game. What in the fuck was that? Well. Well played, Blinchik. T3 mechs. The power of the T3 mechs. Nuke did okay too. But MVP, T3 mechs, and this GC right here. Look at this guy. 112,000 mass killed. So many Percys left on the battlefield. Most of them are claimed by now, but even so, they're still littered everywhere. Look at them. Just a massacre. It's a Percy genocide enacted by the Cleansers, the Aeon. And Blinchik wins. So well played. Yeah. What can you say, really? Well played, Blinchik. And unlucky's low. Hope you enjoyed this one as much as I did, and hope you tune into the next one. And I'll see you then.